Hey guys, it's me, Pre, aka that Pokemon boy, and today I'm carrying on with my EEP replay series. The EEP is the Interregional Elite Pickup. It's a draft-based Pokemon League that I have founded and I'm playing in as the coach of the Mauville Magnetons. This is going to be the replays for week 2 and week 3. In case you haven't seen the first one, and want to see what happened in week 1, the videos on my channel, I'll put the description in the link below. I'll put the link in the description below, I should say. Really need to get a grip on these things. But yeah, I'll get on with it now. So the next battle I had was against Jet, who is the coach of the Twin Leaf Tickle. And I know he's got a very big fan in Donny Donison, I believe that's his name, from the comment section. So yeah, we'll get on with this. Now, at the time of this battle, we had both won our previous 2 games, and we were both top of our respective conferences. The difference being he had won both of his games 6-0, so I was quite scared for this game. That's why I didn't try to change much. I kept the formula that had worked so far, which was physically defensive Hippowdon with specially defensive Tentacle, Mega Latias, Evaluate Gerda, Choice Band Talonflame, and Superior. He leads Venusaur, I lead Tentacle. I get T-Spikes up as he Mega Evolves and Sludge Bombs, probably thinking I'd go into Superior predicting a powder of some sort. I then go into Talonflame when I should have gone into Superior because I should have seen that Sleep Powder coming. Then I go into Superior, he puts Sludge Bomb. This time he gets the prediction correct. As I pull back into Tentacle, he's just clicking Sludge Bomb here. I can't really do much to this as he goes into Slowbro, so I just decide to hit Scald because there was not really much I could do to Mega Venusaur at that point. I go into Gerda. I knew that Psyshock was a 2-hit KO, more than 2-hit KO, sorry. That's why I went into Gerda, because I knew I could take one of his hits. And I also knew that if he wanted to Scald, that was fine because I'd get the Guts boost. So I go for the knockoff, which does about just over 50% as he clicks the second Psyshock. Thanks to Poison, it gets him down to a range where Drawing Punch can kill, and I can get just a bit back. Just basically means I can go for safer moves. I go into Hippowdon, which he predicted because he went for the Ice Beam. Or he saw the Superior coming in. I go into Superior this time. He Earth Powered, probably thinking I'd go in for Tentacle. I Talonflame as he switches into Lando. T gets a Intimidate off on me. I'm still asleep. I switch out as he gets Rocks up, so I go into Gerda. I'm looking for the Ice Punch here, but his Earthquake obviously kills me, so I pretty much sacked it there. Go into Tentacle, looking to get rid of the Rocks, which is what I do, as he U-turns out. Raikou comes in, and I decide to go into Hippowdon knowing he's got HP Ice. He reveals the HP Ice, like I said, kills my Hippowdon. I go into Talonflame. He pulls the switch here. I think, well, I knew at this point that he would be either Specs or Scarf, because otherwise he'd Volt Switch out there. Because even if I was to go into Latias, at least he could get a bit of damage off with the Volt Switch, so that tells me he's running a choice item. As he gets the Intimidate off, I'm still asleep. Finally, I wake up, U-turn out, which does negligible damage because of the Intimidate and the Resistance. He knocks off, gets rid of my Black Sludge, and he goes into Venusaur as I just click Scald. And I've not really got much use for Tentacle here as he Sleep Powders. Asleep. Giga Drains. Liquid Ooze takes a bit off him, not a lot. Latias, don't go into Talonflame. He Sleep Powders because I felt as if I needed Latias at this point rather than Talonflame. Still asleep. I go into Latias as he gets Rocks up. A Mega Evolve, and I decide to set a Calm Mind up knowing he's going to U-turn out. Does about 41, and he goes into Pangoro. Now, +1, I knew my Draco would kill his Pangoro. But what I didn't know was that he was Assault Vest. He takes that pretty nicely. Knockoff will kill from there. I switched into Talonflame, the only thing I had. He gets Intimidate off Brave Bird. Even then, I mean, that's a 2-hit KO if he doesn't have Intimidate, but he does, so. Yeah, he kills, and we lost 5-0. The first loss I suffered in the league, and a pretty substantial one, but credit to Jack because he played very well, made very good predictions, and he deserved the win. The next match I had was against Connor, who is the coach for the Pewter Pin Missiles. Along with us, they were the other team at this point that had won both their games so far. Knowing this, and having suffered the defeat, I was kind of low on confidence, because I knew if I lost this game, then I would go 2-2, and that wouldn't be very good. But if I won this game, I could go into 3-1, and I would be guaranteed to be top of the conference for at least another week. But bearing that in mind, I decided to pick up a free agent. Now, how the league works is, if you want to drop a Pokemon, you can then pick up a free agent, so basically any other Pokemon that no one else has picked, as long as it's in the same tier, or drafting bracket is probably a better way of saying it, as the Pokemon you drop. For example, I dropped Sableye, and Sableye is in the Mega bracket because it's got the potential to Mega Evolve. So as soon as I have Sableye, that means I can use it as regular Sableye or as Mega Sableye. Same thing with Latias. So far I've been using it as Mega Latias, but I could equally use it as normal Latias. So I decided to pick up Absol instead, because I couldn't really fit Sableye into my team much so far. And I wanted a Magic Bounce user, which is the reason I picked up Sableye in the first place. That's why I decided to instead go for Absol once I don't want Sableye. He leads off with Schmigel as I lead off with my Absol. He switches, and I thought as much, so I decided to go for the superpower, the Swords Dance. Knockoff kills his Dusclops, knocking off the Violate. He brings in Excadrill with the balloon. Knockoff kills there as well. And I'm looking pretty good at this point. He brings in Schmigel. I go for the knockoff. He's sashed, and he debonds. So I Swords Dance here, and he continues to debond. I Swords Dance again. He debonds. So I go into Powdon as he Destiny Bonds again. He gets his rocks up. I get my rocks up. Now's the time I can go back into Mega Absol as he looks to get Sticky Webs up, which bounce back. Now click knockoff. Okay, this bit here kind of annoyed me once I watched the replay back. Obviously he's minus on speed. I Sucker Punch. Now the thing is, before this game, as soon as I drafted Absol and I wanted to use it, I checked how many Swords Dances do I need to get up to sweep his team, and I calced, and from what was here, if I had even one Swords Dance up, I could OHKO everything after rocks. Bearing that in mind, for some reason, after I switched, I just completely forgot. I felt as if, oh yeah, I've still got the Swords Dances up, forgetting, obviously, well, I know that they go away, but I didn't keep that in mind at the point. So I went for Sucker Punch, knowing full well he'd go for Quick Attack. He crits, but it doesn't really make a difference. The thing is, I should have Swords Dance here, because then I could have Sucker Punched, or a Sucker Punch anyway, but it makes a difference because as Espeon comes in and takes the speed drop, I can knock this off. So the only thing there is, Omastar comes in and I would have had to sack Absol, and I wanted to get the 6-0, which would have been my first of the season. So I just go into Superior, eat whatever he wants to give me. That's pretty good damage from his point of view, but I just leave Storm and kill him for the win. So yeah, in the end it was a 6-0, and in the end Absol took out a lot of his team, which basically put us at the top of the conference at the end of week 2, with the result of 3-1 win-loss record. Now next week I was supposed to face Amir, who coaches the Pastoria Pure Power again, because that's how the leagues, that's how the kind of games are worked out. And I was supposed to face Speedonic. He coaches the Snowpoint Shadow Force, but I haven't had my game with him yet, so I'll just go on to the Pastoria Pure Power game. Okay, so I lead off with Hippowdon, and he decides to leave it off with his Vivillon, who he didn't have last time. I switch out, and he sleep powders. I switched there because of the sleep powder. I wasn't too scared of the Quiver Dance, because I know that he knows I like to carry Roar on my Hippowdon, so he probably wouldn't go for a Quiver Dance straight away. Now, I'm fearful of a Bug Buzz or a Hurricane, so I decided to go into Tentacruel. It's Hurricane. And now here I wasn't sure what he'd do, because I could bring my Superior back. He drains, takes the Liquid Ooze as I set T-Spikes up. And now here I switched into Superior, thinking he'd go for a Sleep Powder. He probably saw that coming because he goes for the Quiver Dance. And I then go into Tentacruel thinking I could take one and then haze him. Doesn't work out like that. And at this point I just have to sack Tentacruel. I go in with Talonflame, and I just Brave Bird because nothing can come in apart from his Mega Diancie. So I just decided to go for Brave Bird, because if I over-predicted and went for a U-turn, I'd be in a position where I'd have to sack something. So he does then go into Diancie. I pull out, go into Hippowdon. He Mega Evolves, hits Diamond Storm, which doesn't do a lot, but he does get the defense boost. He pulls into Landorus, probably thinking about Earthquake, but I put the rocks up instead. I then go into Superior as he Calm Minds, and suddenly I'm thinking, oh hang on, what's he got here? I go for the Light Screen as he Psychics, and then I go for the Reflect. This was basically supposed to be a lead sort of Superior with dual screens Light Clay, just so Absol and Latias could stick behind the screens and take a couple of hits, as well as dishing out a lot of damage. I Giga Drain, get a bit back up, that doesn't matter, he Psychics. Now here, see, the thing is, I was scared of him going for another Calm Mind, because I think if he went for another one there and I had clicked Giga Drain, he would have gone +2. There's no way I'm going to hard switch, because that's pretty much just a guaranteed sack. If he's gone +1, there's nothing can come in very safely. So I had to leave my Superior in. Luckily for me, he didn't go for the second Calm Mind, because otherwise that would have been a bit tricky to play around. I can Surf. He takes it fairly well. Now he decides to get the second Calm Mind up, but at this rate I'm outspeeding, so I can just kill him with a Psychic. Life Orb is the item I've got on my Latias just to do the extra damage. At this point I drop a Draco, deciding I want to sack this. As he Thunderbolts, probably thinking I go into Talonflame. I decide to recover here because I realise I don't need to sack this, since he's going to die to the poison. He goes into his Meloetta, who I'm thinking has Shadow Ball, so I decided to go into Absol, and he does indeed have Shadow Ball. I get the defense drop, special defense drop, which isn't nice, but I can Swords Dance in as he Focus Blast kills me. The drop doesn't make a difference there, because Absol's defense is anywhere woeful. I can bring in Talonflame, U-turn out, kill him, go back into my Latias. He brings in the Diancie. I've got the Surf, so I Surf, kill him, take the Life Orb recoil, as he brings in Curum, who takes damage to the rocks, and he's now poisoned. I drop a Draco, and that's game. So they were my battles for week 2 and 3. At the end of week 3, I had played 5 games, won 4, lost 1. So we were sitting pretty comfortable really at the top. There were a couple of teams that were only 1 or 2 wins behind us, so it was still tight in the conference. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now, and I should have the next video out tomorrow or today, depending on when I get time to record. But for now, that's it guys.